Okay, folks, this is my Sector watch. It's a Sector 550, Swiss made. It's old, but it's actually a very good watch. It's got, obviously sapphire crystal, chronograph, alarm, timer, dual time, and all that stuff. Instructions aren't all that great to figure it out, but I like it a lot. It's kind of chunky, but anyway, the battery's dead, so I'm going to change the battery on it. So I used this thing to remove the the screw on the clasp, and so you basically put the wristband through here, and then you screw it. That'll push it out. So it's got to get cleaned anyway, so I'll clean up afterwards. But we need to remove this, and the best way to remove it is, some watches you could just use like this device to pry it out. That's one option, but this is probably the better option, where you secure it. This thing slides back and forth, and then you secure it. You put it in here, and I just loosened it already, but you could turn it, as you can see. So once I'm going to tighten it. So right now this is me tightening it. Don't mind the dirt on this, on my watch. I'll clean it. It's been a while. So anyway, and then you basically unscrew it, and this is probably the easiest way to unscrew. I don't know what size battery this takes. It's my first time opening it, so I have no idea, and I'm not even sure if I'm doing this correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am. I think once you unscrew it, it should come straight out. By the way, I got all these tools off of eBay, nothing fancy, 10, 15 bucks, whatever. There we go. I believe that's the piezo speaker, so don't mess with that. I don't know if it's supposed to have a gasket or not, or maybe there's, I believe it's supposed to have a gasket. I don't see one. Maybe that black thing is a gasket. I'm not so sure. But there's nothing here to indicate that there's a gasket. Anyway, there's the battery, and I believe this is what I use in my Omega. It's my SR9 920. I'm not sure if it's the same kind or not. I just have to get a magnifying, take a look. All of this watch does look smaller. So the question is, how do you remove it? Basically, there are two screws holding the battery in. I believe two flathead screws. Maybe if I undo one of them, it would. So let's see where I do have very tiny flathead like this, and I hope there's enough light. I hope I don't screw it up either. Okay, I don't know if this is actually loosening it. I believe it is. It's very difficult for me to do this with this camera on my forehead. But there's really no other way to remove this battery, and I hope this battery fits. At least if I remove it, I can see what kind of a battery it is and run to the store and get a battery. But like right now, I'm not able to unscrew these flathead screws. At least they look like flathead screws. Again, it depends on how good your eyesight is. You may have to get a magnifying glass. Like I may have to get a magnifying glass. Generally, I can see things without my glasses, read up close. But I'm not even making a dent in turning the screw. And I don't know if there's a way to squeeze out the battery. I don't think there is. Kind of odd that it requires you to unscrew to remove the battery. The Omega doesn't. The Omega is sort of like held sideways, and it's sort of secure by using a spring. But I'm actually surprised that this, on the other hand, requires It requires to remove the screw. Let me try this one. Oh, well, there you go. This is sort of, I guess, held in place. Maybe I did loosen it a bit, and it did spring out. Oh, yeah, it's I guess one side is. I guess if you just unscrew it a little bit, it'll come out. Because one side is a U shape, and another side is not exactly. I guess there's also an opening. So when you put it back in, you want to make sure that these go inside the screw and lock in place. I believe I did unscrew this one. Anyway, I forgot how this was. I believe it was that way. Anyway, let me remove the battery. See what size battery it is, and I hope it's the same model as my Omega. I don't trust my fingers, and sometimes it's maybe this is an overkill. I don't know. Okay. I've never done this one before, but even my Omega I haven't done it, so I'm trying not to cause any damage to the watch while taking out the battery. And you know, I don't think most watch shops, like, you know, if you go to the mall and you see a watch shop and they're like, hey, can you remove my battery and can you change my battery? I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they have the expertise to do it. Okay, let's see what kind of what size it is, if I can read it. And I apologize if my camera got 394/380. Jerry, is a 394/380, and this is 370. Let's look at this one. This is a different, also this is 364/363. So I don't have the right size battery, so I have to get the right size battery for this 394. Yeah, it's a okay. So I have I got the battery for my watch. I just got it off of Amazon. It's a 5-pack, 394/380 SR936SW. And you have to be careful when you buy these. So if you look at this one, it has a date of 2015 and it's 2017. So it better not be dead after, you know, spending the $6 or $7 I spent in buying this. At least I hope it lasts, you know, me a year. So you have to be careful, because some people advertise these batteries for cheap and then they're like, you know, from 1998 or something. So be careful when you buy them. If you know the date or if you know the seller, then I suggest you get it. But anyway, I'm going to unscrew this since I didn't tighten it the last time. I could just unscrew it by hand, like so, or my fingers rather. And something to note is that I'm going to turn it over this way. Well, maybe I'll leave it over here. So something to note is that I still have those 2 screws, and I need some light. Maybe not. So this bracket that I have over here goes, this clip or bracket, whatever you want to call it, goes over the battery as it was before. And apologize, the previous video didn't come out too well. And then it secures in, and then, you know, tighten it. So let me go ahead and put the battery in first. So and I believe the battery just went like that. Okay. And I hope you can see this. I hope I didn't screw up putting this in. But it slides in, or it goes inside this screw. I believe it went inside this screw on the right. So as you can see, I've never done this before and doing it for the first time. So I hope I'm doing it right. I should have gotten my Swiss Army knife. It has a very nice tweezer on it. I highly recommend the Swiss Army knife tweezers. Let's try to bring it downstairs, so I'll skip it. I think first we have to make sure that it goes inside this side first. It's very difficult for me to do it with the camera on, but it's preventing me from going deep or going far inside. Okay, actually, you know what? I think it goes the other way. So I believe it goes like this, and I believe this is the way it was. Actually, you know what? I can't. Okay, so I got this. I got the left side in, and then I just need to push down on the right side and push it underneath the screw. So I believe my eyesight has gotten worse. I need to get a microscope. Another thing that I should have brought but did not bring to work on this repair. I believe I've gotten it underneath the screw. Okay, now we got it underneath the screw. So this is underneath the screw and this has gone in the side. So, and then need to tighten the screw. So that's it. I just use one of these small screwdrivers. And well, I don't see it tightening it. Let me try this side. This side did tighten. Again, I apologize, the previous video was a little bit blurry, but I hope this one is clear. I can't make out if this is tight or not. I believe it is. Okay, now it's tight. I'm just going to flip it over to see that it's doing something so I know the battery works. Okay, so my LCD is showing and my second hand is moving, so I know it works. So the LCD shows off and my second hand is moving, so the battery is in good shape. Now to screw this back on. Again, try to do it manually with your fingers as much as you can, and then you could use this fancy but not so fancy screwdriver to tighten a little bit more. So it's nice and tight. I think it's tight on the sector. I don't know whether I think this lines up horizontally. I think that's when you reached maximum tightness. I'm not sure. Actually, I just need to bring it a little bit closer. Okay. Yep. So when this is sort of as horizontally as possible to the crown, when the lettering is as horizontal as possible to the crown, I think that's when it's pretty tight. So just note that. I wish these weren't so sharp so they don't scratch the inside. Alright, anyway, so that's done. And then next is just putting the pin back. And I forgot where the pin was. And this watch is dirty. So we're going to take this pin, stick it through here. And by the way, this is probably one of the easiest things is to change the pin. You know, if you ever wanted to fix the size of a bracelet, you got to learn how to do this, and so it's there's just a spring inside, and the spring pushes in. You push it in, and then you get underneath the hole, and then you close it. And it's one of the basic things you got to learn on watch repair is to adjusting the band. If you're not comfortable doing that, then I think changing the battery is going to be quite difficult for you. So, but changing the clasp, changing the length of the band, of a metal band, is key, or is like the easiest things that you got to learn how to do. Also helps to have the right tools, of course, to do it. Okay, so as you can see, that when the spring went in, and now it's locked on both sides. And I can take my watch and what the hell? Why is it not locking? Like I said, I just didn't push it in. Maybe it was up here. Maybe it was up there. No, I don't know where this thing was. Yeah, it locks in place. I just have to set the time. Read the instructions to set the time, but that's straightforward. Anyway, I hope this was very helpful. It kind of bugs me that this thing doesn't close all the way properly, and I think that's because this is in the wrong spot. I believe it was over here, as opposed to I put in the second one, but I believe it was in the first one. That's probably why it doesn't close properly, but it should have closed no matter what. Alright, so now I want to take this out again and put it into the other one. Also, I use that fancy mechanism, but you could also use, let's say, one of these things to push the pin. I don't know, like a paper clip. Actually, what do I have? Okay, we'll try this against my better judgment. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, as you can see, it moved over. It's actually much easier. And they do the same thing here. Push it in. And, okay, you heard it click. So, when you hear it click, it sits inside the hole. Okay, now it locks nicely. And that's it. Thanks for watching.